Hello and welcome back to Empowered Voices, a podcast that aims you with tools and knowledge to help you take control of your future. I am your host, Charles Edwards, and I'm thrilled to have you with us today as we explore legal rights and insurance. Whether you're signing a loan agreement, registering a business, or recovering from an accident, legal protection and the right insurance policy can change your story. To break it down, I'm joined by two guests with incredible insights, Simon Chibirige and Bill Isaac. Gentlemen, introduce yourselves.
Oh, thank you, Charles, for having me. I'm Simon Chibirige, working as a bank assurance officer at Mapera branch. I work along with Centenary Bank. We partner with Centenary Bank. Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Thank you so much, Charles. As Charles mentioned, my name is Bill Isaac, and I'm a legal practitioner. You call us lawyers. I'm a legal associate with Lam Advocates, and I deal with the business part. I do corporate and commercial transactions, a little bit of land transactions. I do compliance and risk management. And yeah, I'm passionate about people getting to know the rights and obligations they have, because some people don't know that the laws we have apply to them. So I'm so proud and happy to be here on Empowered Voices, and I'm looking forward to empowering as others empower me. Thank you so much.
Gentlemen, thank you for joining. Let's start with you, Isaac.
Yes, please.
Most people think big companies start with legal rights, only for big companies. But when I looking through very many cases, some of us maybe go wrong with the signings and whatever happens. Why is everyday legal awareness so important?
First of all, it's true. So many people lack the legal awareness, but they actually forget that the law and our day-to-day lives are intertwined. Everything we do in our day-to-day lives is regulated by the law. And it's so sad, I'll say that it's so sad that so many people think that the law only operates with big corporations and not themselves. I'll give an example of the contracts we go through. Every day, very many people enter into contracts not knowing their duties and obligations. When you go in on the internet and you click that I agree without reading whatever those, you call them long paragraphs that you don't like reading,
Yes.
You can never know. You can never know what you're getting yourself into. You can never know what you're signing or agreeing to. And that's really so absurd. Okay. When we look at the employment, the sector of employment, so many people don't know their rights as employees. We see employers doing things they're not supposed to be doing to their employees. When we look at registering businesses, we have so many businesses in Uganda that are not registered because people think that they are keeping information to themselves. But however, registering a business protects you in the long run.
All right.
So to cut it short, legal awareness should not be only to big corporations and companies, but as people, we need to know. We need to know our rights. We need to know our obligations. We just don't need to get into stuff that we get into because we are probably excited, or we need to promote this legal awareness. People should know. People should know it's a right to know the law.
You're right. You're right.
It's a right. I mean, when you go to court and they tell you that ignorance of the law is not defense, it's we as lawyers, it's actually so demeaning.
Okay.
So you have to be knowing whatever you're getting into.
Good.
Yeah, so people should know the law. That's what I should say.
So, Isaac, what are most of the common mistakes you see people or small business owners take?
Yeah, mistakes. I don't want to call them mistakes as it should be. I think I should call them shortcomings, because when you call them mistakes, someone cannot accept that they're actually doing a mistake when they're actually doing a mistake. So I should let me phrase it as a shortcoming.
Okay.
First of all, we have people that never read and understand the contracts they get into, mainly
Okay.
business owners.
We only just hurry to sign.
Exactly. You hurry to sign. People do not read those laws. People enter into verbal agreements. Verbal agreements are very hard to prove in court because it's your word against my...
But the verbal agreements, are they done with the law or with the
under
lawyers
the-
or without the law?
Under the Contracts Act, actually, they are called oral agreements in the Act. They're actually recognized,
Okay.
but it becomes so hard to prove such agreements. Very, very hard. People do not do due diligence. You are a business, a very big entity, and you want to, it can be an entity, it can be as you can be a single member and you want to purchase something, probably, let me say land, and you do not do due diligence.
Okay. Okay. Let me rephrase this one, because you said verbal agreements. How about if we did verbal, but someone recorded?
Well, that ceases to be a verbal one. I mean,
Like I can have a voice note
yes, that
of
is
what we talked about during the agreement.
yeah, that is already a contract that is recorded.
Okay.
Yeah, it ceases to be. Yes, it is verbal in its nature, but if you have a recording is almost like you sitting down and drafting and signing. I mean, it ceases to be one because it's easier to prove. But if we meet, let me say we meet somewhere without any witnesses, that is why agreements have witnesses, right?
Good.
Yeah. If we meet somewhere with, let me say we go to some place we meet, and I tell you that, hey, you have to deliver
Yes, sir.
500 shirts. I'm going to be paying this amount of money, this and this. So I give you the whole amount. I told you 500 shirts, you bring only 2 shirts. Then I rush to court. We agreed. It's your word against mine.
Okay.
You can go to court and tell them, hey, I didn't have any agreement with this person. So it becomes so hard for me, if I'm hired as a lawyer, it becomes so hard because I have to go to the place where you claim to have met. I have to sweet talk those people into giving me the footage, and some people do not. It's not very easy to get camera footage in Uganda. So
It's
why
all right,
wouldn't
it's
you
very right.
just sit and, get your terms together, write a contract,
Yeah.
sign it, and make life easy for you?
Thank you. Thank you. That's very, very eye-opening. I hope you guys have heard everything, the listeners. Now, thank you, Isaac. That's very eye-opening. Now, let's talk about financial protection. Simon, when you hear the word insurance, most people hear the word insurance with big pronouns. Oh, insurance. Oh, they're going to scam my money. They're going to do everything. Yeah. What are the biggest conceptions about insurance?
I think the biggest misconception about insurance, most especially with us Africans,
Yes.
we see as a wastage of money. Because, for example, someone can go years without falling sick, yet they pay insurance like every year, annual basis.
Okay.
Or you can be having a car and get like a comprehensive insurance. That person can go a full year without having a claim, or they are careful drivers. So
Okay.
they see it as a wastage of money. Yes, and some other people think insurance is for high-end people who have a lot of money, rich people, because most influential people, they are well informed about insurance, which is not a case with the average Ugandans. Yes, which is not the case, because when something happens in future, insurance will insure against uncertainty, the risk. So you're not sure if, like, the next day you're going to knock someone, or you're not sure you're falling sick, like tomorrow or something. So that is something which is called uncertainty. So you insure that risk against uncertainty and uncertain events in the future. So yeah, so that's why I urge people to take on insurance. Sometimes it can be like a saving plan, because now, for example, if I fall sick and I have the insurance card, I'll not incur expenses from my pocket. I'll just present in that card to the hospital.
Because insurance is paying for it.
Exactly.
Okay.
And you'll be satisfied with the services. And the other case is that I have my car, I'm driving, then I knock someone. There is that motor comprehensive insurance. It covers third party as well, whereby if I knock up a third party and I incur hospital bills, the insurance takes on all the compensation if I have the motor comprehensive. Yeah, I forgot to explain more about bank assurance. Now, bank assurance was formed to create a relationship between banks and insurance companies. Because now I think banks and individuals realize that customers trust banks more than insurance companies. So when that collaboration came in, we got more customers. They started coming on board, because now a customer may come and say, "Oh, I'm having insurance, but it's under Centenary Bank." So there's the gap, the trust gap was formed
between bank and the insurance company.
Yes. So,
Okay.
yeah. So that's why it's called bank assurance. Okay. It bridges the gap for customers between the banks bridge the gap with the insurance companies to bring the customers closer.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said you working hand in hand with Centenary Bank,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
What are the types of insurance most relevant average Ugandan today? Types of insurance that an average Ugandan can inquire from the bank.
I'm going to explain two types of insurance. There's life, there's also general. Life generally covers the life investment. It covers the uncertainty in case the individual dies in future.
Yeah.
The insurance company comes in to compensate the family. Because that individual has been saving. He has been having that investment plan. In case I'm no more, like in the future, how will my family survive? Then there's also general. General covers motor vehicles, buildings, travel insurance. So an average Ugandan could take on, for example, in life, investment.
Okay.
What do you want to do in future? Do you want to build a house? Do you want to, in future, in case something happens, in case I get a permanent disability, how will my children continue with studies? Because when someone gets a permanent disability, he can be unemployed. So the insurance company is coming to compensate the education plans in case the customer enrolled in the education plan.
Allow me to cut you short.
Yes.
If I was paying an insurance package with a bank,
Yeah.
and then I reach a point and I'm like, you know what? Stop. I want to stop there. When I stop there, where does that money go? Does the insurance take it, or it stays with the bank, or it's given back to me? Help me understand that.
The money is given back to you, but remember, you have terminated the contract. Because now the customer has come, you are saving for 5 years.
So if I terminate, I'm on a total loss? Do I lose everything?
They give you back your money, but not the exact money you have saved with the insurance company. That's what most customers have failed to understand, and they have bias about insurance companies, because now you have bought a service, but in the middle of the period you have terminated the contract. You want your money back because you have gotten an emergency. So they usually give them back the money, but not the exact money you have saved for so far for like 3 years. So we usually urge the customers to read the terms and conditions before signing, before like taking on the product you are buying, so that you don't get biased in future and say, oh, I've been saving these people, they have given me back my money, which is less than that. Yet sometimes they didn't read the terms, or the person who was selling the product, because that's also possible, he or she did not explain properly to the customers, because now there are some agents who are after getting customers, leads and everything, and they don't be concerned about what the satisfaction of the customer. So which sometimes affects some insurance companies in the future.
How can someone know the type of the kind of insurance they need? Yeah.
It depends on your financial obligations. For example, if on your financial obligations and your level of income. Now, for me, I'm a salary earner. I have a car.
Okay.
So I need to insure my car against. I need to get a comprehensive insurance of my car.
Okay.
Because in the future, if I get a claim, it will save me from an expense of like.
How much do you pay for a car? Does that
Now
have
for
an average or
it
a
depends.
range between this amount and this amount and that amount?
No, it depends on the value of the car. For example, I cannot pay the same money for someone driving a Range Rover, yet I have a Subaru. A Range Rover is like 100 million. So that person pays more money than me. So when you come and tell me, my car was bought at 20 million, for example, every year you pay 990 per year.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and in case you get a total loss of that car, we compensate you back like 19.5, because there's that depreciation that happens. We don't give you back that 20 million.
19 point, okay.
Yeah. So we don't give you, so we give you back the money so that you buy the car replacement. You either get a top up, buy another car, or buy the same car. That's the beauty with insurance.
Oh.
Yeah. Then there's also the financial. You have like in the life insurance, for example, you have babies and you're not sure about your future, so you put them on the Somesa plan. For example, now my late dad had he bought insurance for my siblings. It was called Sasula Pay. Shout out to UAP people. So when he died, a year after, the insurance took on. So every year we keep on receiving school fees until when my siblings get done with the university. So
that's very awesome.
Yeah, that's the beauty with insurance.
Yeah. But do you have that kind of insurance with Pax Insurance?
No, Pax deals with general, because now insurance companies are not supposed to run two products. You either deal in general or life. So Pax, we deal in general. We deal in non-life. Buildings, cars, travel insurance in case you want to travel. We give you the travel insurance. It covers, also the travel insurance covers a lot of things.
All right.
Flight delays, cancellation of flights, loss of baggage, loss of the passport. And also when you get the health complications during your stay in the like outside Uganda, we compensate you back the money you have spent during your stays. Yes. And in case like when you have that cover, the travel insurance. Yeah.
Thank you, Simon, for taking through us how insurance works. Now let's talk about legal risks. Isaac.
Yes, please.
How does legal risk management actually look like for an individual or a small business owner?
Legal risk management. Earlier, I talked of a phrase called due diligence. It is foreseeing a problem and acting. before that problem happens.
Sure.
So that is what we call risk management. You foresee and act to protect yourself in the future.
Okay.
So number one, I talked of contracts.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, before you get into any business or anything, be it a small business owner, be it a big business owner, be it even a person or something personal. I know people would come off to, I know they call us, they term us as people with lugezi-gezi, we do not trust. Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, we are protecting our interests.
Very much. You're
Yeah,
right.
if you've told me you're going to do something, put it in writing, sign, I sign. That will help me in the future. So that's part of legal risk management. Get into contracts that are beneficial to you. Of course, yeah, there are always two parties or more, but every party has to look at, how they benefit, their duties and obligations.
Okay.
Understand the laws, considering the contracts and, the business laws.
Okay.
There are very many business laws, very, very many business laws. Very many, I don't know. There are very many. I won't get into that.
Okay.
But I know people do not want to read, but it's better you understand. I'm getting into this business. What are the general laws that are applicable to this business? Sit down, read them. Let's talk about partnerships. In our day-to-day lives, people get into partnerships.
Oh yes, very
Yeah,
many.
partnerships, because probably you need more support for your business. Probably you have an end goal that is beneficial to both of you, so you end up entering a partnership. You have to document everything you do, because in most cases, partnerships never end well. That is one thing I've realized. Someone ends up making more money and not revealing this, so many untrustworthy things that happen. So before you enter a partnership, sit down, know your terms, know your rights and obligations. Let the other one know. Talk about the disagreed terms and see how you get through with them, and you move forward with business.
Good.
Register your businesses. URSB has been trying to push people to register businesses, and there are very many millions of businesses have been registered, but there is still a backlog of businesses around the country that are not being registered. Because I was talking to some client, and he didn't want like his names and everything to appear in a business that he was trying to, because he was talking about taxes and probably his current job, knowing that he owns a company, things like that.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, when you register your business, you are safeguarding yourself. We have things like IP. Yeah? If it's your business and you come up with a logo, you come up with an idea. Let me even go to the arts industry. We have songs, we have people that you can come up with something like this in our background. You do not register it, you do not safeguard yourself, and then someone else comes and uses it, then you go and start shouting on media. This one stole this, it is mine. How do you prove it's yours? You just put it there without any protection. That is where IP comes. And IP, URSB has a whole department of that. Go safeguard yourself.
Okay. Let me cut you short. Explain to the listeners and the viewers what is IP. Guys, I'm also here to understand.
IP. I wouldn't want to get into a whole
Okay, just
lecture.
Explain gips of it. Just a few words about it.
Okay, IP generally is called, it's intellectual property. Intellectual property is something you come up with, be it a logo, be it a word, let it be, it can be anything you come up with. You can come up, let me say, with a shirt, a design of your own.
Yes, please.
You can come up with anything you come up with. That is intellectual property. Intellectual property.
IP. Understood. IP.
You can come up with a design of a watch.
Yes.
And you put it on market, and your business starts booming. People start buying the watch. However, if someone sees that Chelsea's watches are profitable. They come up with the same and they start selling the same. How do you protect yourself?
Copy and paste.
You can that is actually enforceable in court if you've registered that patent. You'll be like, I came up with this, I registered it, and this one is using it. They pay you for damages, or they actually buy the rights from you. You state any amount of money. I know we have so many precedents that I don't want to get into that. So we are still talking about legal risk management. So it's all about that. It's better to be proactive in these things. So many, let's stop operating on trust. Because you have someone you love so much, love diminishes. We've seen that. Love diminishes.
Good.
And trust diminishes. People change. I'm not saying that you should not trust people, but yes, do not trust anything to do with. Come with an open mind, know that, okay, this is a very sweet person. After a year, this person is going to change. How do I protect myself? Sit down, write, know your rights, know your obligations, and know the law. Yeah.
Good. Thank you very much, Bill. Simon, back to you.
Charles.
How can insurance support legal and financial support during these tough times?
Now, during the tough times, when the customer has paid premium, for example, and he or she has reported the claim, for example. Now, for example, last week I had a client, a big client, bank client. I forgot to explain more bank assurance. When the customer comes to acquire a loan,
Yes.
and your collateral security is a building, it's a bank policy that it has to be insured by the bank, insured by us, because now that's the bank property until when you clear off the loan. So as the insurance company, it's our obligations to make sure that collateral is safe for the period of time the customer is servicing his or her loan. Yeah. So when something bad happens, we come in to take on to compensate back the customer, because we try to reduce the baggage and to reduce the baggage of like, oh, I have a loan to pay every month, yet I have to build back the building which caught fire. Now, for example, my client, big client in Natete, the whole building caught fire.
Burnt down.
Yes.
Wow.
And he insured with us. We insured him. He borrowed a lot of money because the building was worth 3 billion, and the whole building burnt down. Now imagine that customer, how much money he's supposed to take back to the bank, loan installment. So we came in, we did the assess, and we are going to compensate him back. So he either
Do you compensate with a modernized look, or you compensate with the old look? How the building looked like? Or you can call in engineers, architectures, and be like, guys, we have something here. How can we set this up?
Yes, we have the loss adjusters and assessors. They come to assess the site.
Yes.
And they tell us what to do. So now the whole building burnt down. It was worth like 3 billion. The customer is going to be compensated back around 2.8 billion.
Oh, that is the decimals you said before.
Yes.
Ah, okay.
So the customer either is going to build back his building, or he pays, or the bank.
We'll do the building.
The bank will either decide to first reduce the loan installment, or let him build back construct back his building. So they first see his financials, like what are his other income inflows. When they see, yeah, he can still pay back the loan, so the bank can tell the insurers or him to build back to construct back the building. So in that case, we consolidate the client. We make sure that in tough situations like that, we are there to compensate you back, so that you don't feel the burden of like, oh, I have to pay back the loan, yet I have to construct back the building. So that's like a replacement. That's the beauty with insurance. Insurance, yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's very, very insightful and very eye-opening. I hope, guys, secure your stuff, your property, IP, as he said it. Insure even your shoes, because it's also property.
No, please. We
I
don't
can,
insure-
if I'm a
we
shoe
don't-
collector, am I insure my shoes?
No, unless when you have a business that deals in shoes, you share your business. In case something bad happens to your
How
business.
about I bought my shoes
Yes, please.
more expensive than those high-end brands?
High-end brands.
Yes. I don't wear it regularly.
My dear,
Again, I'm a nimero.
you just have to accept the loss, get more money and buy other shoes because we don't insure lifestyle, but we do insure gadgets, cameras, phones. You
Sure.
can have like we have that all risk package so that I want to insure my gadgets. We tell you,
Let's start with these ones which are shooting us.
insure
Choose one that you want to insure.
this one looks
That
more
one.
expensive, yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
you insure that camera and so it's like a package. Okay, you don't want to insure the camera. You bring your laptop, your phone, your TV, like a full set.
Okay.
Then and you pay less money. Imagine you pay like 300,000 per year, and those gadgets are worth I think about 4 million.
Good.
In case of theft, after thorough investigation and everything, police later, we refund back the money of your machine.
Plus minus your decimals
And not this month. This one will give you the price.
or the price.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And Simon and Isaac, what are your final advice to our viewers and listeners today? So I'll start with you. Do you do the legal, and Simon will do the insurance part.
Yeah, my final word to the people out there is do not wait for a crisis to know your rights. Be proactive. Do not wait for problems to come in your life, and then that is when you decide to go and make research, because at that point it does not help. If you don't want to read, I know so many Ugandans out there don't like reading stuff. Get yourself a lawyer. Get yourself a lawyer to do all that work for you. The lawyer will read everything. They will know your rights. They will know your obligations, and they will know that, hey, you're going to be used here. Then record every transaction you get into. Record every transaction you get into, so that when things turn sideways in the future, you have proof. You have a legal standing. You have a legal basis to take this person to court.
Yes.
So yeah, that is all I tell people. Do not wait for crisis. Really, we have a lot of time on our. You can just read like 4-5 sections of the law a day. If you don't want to read, get yourself a lawyer. Give them calls. What does this mean? I'm getting into this. Do not get into transactions without lawyers. That is why that is our work. That is why we are paid, to get into those funny intricacies, to safeguard your interests. So, yeah.
Thank you, Isaac. Simon?
Yeah, to the viewers out there, please embrace insurance, because I know Africans believe by saying and everything, but these things are helpful when uncertainty occurs. You don't know you don't know what will happen tomorrow. You don't know what will happen like to your kids. You don't know what will happen to you. So I urge people to take on insurance. For example, in life, take on an investment plan. Take on an investment plan, an education plan for your children, and for the people who travel, please take on the travel insurance. It helps a lot in case you get stuck, like for example, health complications. You have lost your passport. You've lost your baggage, flight delays. You don't know how sweet it can be when they have compensated back you that money. And for the people who have cars, weekends a lot of risks happen. A border can knock you, you can be driving and involve yourself in an accident. So to prevent that high pressure in you, that comprehensive insurance will calm your pressure, and the insurance companies, for example, Aspax Insurance, will come to compensate you back and give you good services. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Isaac and Bill, for making law and insurance very, very insightful, very open-minded, and I'm very happy that it has given me confidence. Now I feel like if I have anything to actually put into insurance, I can insure it. When it comes to legal rights, Isaac can help me through go it. I'm very, very confident with it. I also hope my listeners and viewers also you feel confident about legal risk management and insurance. Thank you very much for joining us.
Welcome.
I hope you come back next time.
Of course, anytime. Just
Anytime.
for now.
Let me go
Yeah.
do my research about law and insurance, and I shall invite you. Thank you much for joining. Next time on Empowered Voices, we'll be talking about building digital skills and how technology can open doors for the youth across Uganda. Until then, remember, knowledge is protection. I'm Charles Edwards. See you next time.